I've written 14 books, maybe 15, I think, as I say that. Some of them are international bestsellers, but most of them are unavailable now because they're not books that I want to have on the market anymore for a whole variety of reasons. But why would you write a book in the first place, and what is its true shelf life for the average person? I'm not talking a J.K. Rowling or Paulo Coelho. I'm talking about the average person, you, the entrepreneur. Should you have a book? The answer is yes. Why? Because the word author comes from the word authority. And if you want to be seen as an authority in your area of expertise, then you really should write the book on the subject. What's the most important part of the book? The answer is the cover and the title. So spend more time working on the title and the subtitle than anything else. So for instance, I had a title called Can You Teach a Goat to Dance? It was one of my best-selling books. However, the subtitle was Live and Work in the Modern World. So basically it told you exactly what it was. Then comes the cover itself. Early on in your career, you may want pictures of you on the cover. But remember, a picture of you is going to help people decide, do I like this person or don't I like this person? Whereas if you remove yourself from the cover, like a lot of the modern way of doing books is, you'll find that really bold pictures and simple graphics on a cover is what's attracting people at the moment. Think of books like The 4-Hour Workweek, Blue Ocean Strategy, The E-Myth. Those type of books are the type of books that have got really bold sort of covers. Then, how do you write a book? Well, it's very simple. Here's the psychology behind it. And I learned this from somebody called Richard Webster, who has written over 100 bestsellers. So, under various pseudonyms, by the way. Firstly, most people read for about 20-minute bursts, and particularly when we're talking non-fiction. So, in 20 minutes, you can read about 4,000 words. So therefore, your chapter should be about 4,000 words. So if you want to write a chapter or want to write a book, just come up with the title. You can see the ocean behind me. So let's talk about the book of the ocean. Then if we want chapters, we want the depth of the ocean, how salty is it, who lives in it, what's it made up of, etc., etc. Great historical journeys of the ocean, myths of the oceans. You can see all my titles that I could come up with. And then if I just pick one of those things, maybe myths of the ocean, then I break that down into 10 things. So I could do Greek myths, I could do Egyptian myths, I could do Babylonian myths, I could do historical myths. There's 4 or 5 already that I can think of. If I come up with 10 of those, all I have to write is 400 words on each of those 10 things. That will compress into a chapter of 4,000 words on myths of the ocean, which will go into a 10 or 12 chapter book called The Ocean, and there you'll have your book. Importantly, get somebody who is the best in your field, the most well-known person in your field, or the most well-known person you can find on the topic to write the foreword, because their brand will also help position you. Have an author's note in there at the back and lead them to a website or to an action that you want them to take on completing that book. And there you have your book. The only thing you've got to do then is market it. And as Wayne Dyer said to me personally once, Mike, the best way to become an author is to print 3,000 books, put them in the boot of your car or the trunk of your car, and go and sell them one by one. Once you've done that, you consider yourself an author.